am Beatrice with Beatrice in the Backcountry, and I want to do a quick, can't say unboxing because I already unboxed it, can't say review because I haven't even used it, but I guess first look at the Campy Gear 2+1 outdoor heater and stove. I just bought this on Amazon over the weekend. I'm planning on going on a car camping trip this coming weekend and dry camping, and when I moved I sold all of my camping gear, well, all of my car camping gear, but I've kept all my backpacking gear. It's supposed to be kind of cold. It is October, so I wanted to have something that I could heat my meals up on, do more than just boil water, because I normally use an alcohol stove when I backpack, so I want something that's going to do more than just boil water, and something that might keep me warm if I need. So I saw this and I thought it was really cool. It's better than, in my opinion, better than a Mr. Buddy heater because it's dual purpose. And I can use, I think, 2 different kinds of gas. I have iso-butane, which it says it works with, and then I also got the propane adapter, so I'll be reviewing that as well. So as I took it out of the box, it came with a really cute little bag, you know, that it fits in, that it fits in comfortably. I haven't tried to put it back in, but it came with a cute little bag, which is nice because the top of it's kind of pokey, right? So these little spiny things right here, I wouldn't want them rubbing up against a bunch of my other gear or anything in my gear box. So, or my kitchen camp box, or who knows, right? I don't want it to get damaged. So it came with a bag, which is nice. It came with a little handle. I probably will never use this, so I'll keep it over there. It came with the instruction manual, which I haven't even opened, which I probably should open. I just figured it was kind of self-explanatory. Oh, so they have different models apparently. That's kind of cool. And then, yeah, just has a little instruction manual with how to use it. Let's hope it's self-explanatory. So, just kind of right out the box, it came with the heater unit. So we have that stored underneath. So, generally speaking, I really like the size of it. It comes in a couple different colors. I got the orange because I like orange everything. So it comes with a couple of different colors. There's like navy and purple and black, I think, maybe. And so this is what the front of it looks like. Okay, so obviously you have your temperature or fuel control here. And then the top of it, when you want to use it just as a stove and not a stove and a heater, looks like this. So there is a little knob right here to change how much flame you get. It's kind of tough to move because it's new. And then you have these little feet. I think in the bigger one, the feet like pop out to give you a more stable cooking area. I'm not terribly concerned about that. When I car camp, when I truck camp, go overlanding or whatever, I normally use cast iron just because it heats more evenly than a nonstick. So I only have 2 cast iron skillets, and then I maybe have a pot to boil some water. Maybe put a kettle on, it depends on kind of what I'm feeling like. So I'm sure this will be more than enough to put the cast iron skillets on because those are pretty heavy duty and pretty stable. So then it also came with this, which this is what you can use for the heater, and it has this, so you can use it if you close that. It is a heater and a stove, and if you open it, it's just a heater. Okay, so that fits over the top. There's little nubbins that make it fit over the top and stuff, right? So it's one full unit, and then you can put the handle on there somehow. It works fine. I don't know, I haven't used it yet. So I wanted to show you the bottom, what the adapter and everything looks like. So when you're looking at it, it looks like it just takes standard iso-butane, and then I also got the propane adapter that they offer on their Amazon webpage. And I just took that out of the bag. I got the hose and the hose plus adapter. So I got the hose here, which I'm assuming this part goes on the bottom, and then this part goes on the propane container. And then there was one more adapter that came with it. So if I wanted to screw the Coleman propane in the bottom, I can. I don't think I'll ever do that. It makes me a little nervous about how, yeah, it wouldn't be very sturdy, I feel like. So I probably will never do that. So I guess let's try and light it for the first time. Let me grab a lighter really quick and see. So one of the things this does not have is it doesn't have a push button ignition. So let me move some of this paper out of the way. So that's something to know, although I normally carry several different types of fire starters, so I'm not too terribly worried about that. So I'm not going to do boil times or anything like that unless people want me to, in which case I can do a boil time outside. I do not have, so I got, this is the 16 ounces of 450 gram. It's actually a little bit taller than I wanted. I wanted the littler one. So like I said, this is 450 grams, so it's actually going to make the stove sit up a little bit, which should be fine. But, and this is just something I picked up at Big Five. It's the cheapest one I have. I don't normally, like I said, I use alcohol. I don't normally use iso-butane. So we'll see what happens. I forgot what I was saying. So anyway, I'm not going to do boil times or anything like that. I just want to make sure it works before I leave this weekend. If you guys want me to do boil times with iso-butane versus propane, if you guys want me to do outside, cool, great, I'll do that. I don't care. But for now, I just wanted to test out my gear, and I only saw a couple of reviews, and they were all sponsored, and they were all for the bigger one. They did not tell me this. I paid the $51 or whatever for it. So let's see if this screws on there. Let me make sure it's off all the way. Okay, it is. Made a noise, so I think we're good. It's kind of hard to screw on. You don't have anything to grip. Okay, so like I said, this was the 450 gram or 16 ounce iso-butane container. So it does make it sit up. I guess I wanted the smaller one. Live and learn, right? So let's see if it works. I'm going to turn the air valve to medium, and I'm going to turn on the gas. Okay, cool. You can see the flame. I'm going to turn the flame up. See, holy balls. So it really gets pretty hot. Turn it down quite a bit. Seems pretty powerful compared to like a jet boil or something like that. Seems to work just as well. You turn it up all the way and see what happens. A lot of temperature control, which is nice, which is why I bought this rather than, let me turn this off for a second. Why I bought this rather than a Coleman stove, because although I use cast iron, I want to be able to cook eggs, right, and not have them just burn, or I want to be able to saute something, perhaps, you know, if I'm out in the backcountry. I don't want to just have to boil water. If I just need to boil water, I can use my alcohol stove. That's not a problem. So I wanted something with a little bit more temperature control, and it looks like this has it, which is pretty cool. So let me take this off. Lefty-loosey here, hold on. So it works out the box, which is really nice. I was kind of concerned. I'm always a little worried. Okay, I heard the gas go again. Okay, so that was the iso-butane. Before I put the propane on, I just will show you how it fits with two different skillet sizes. So I have two different skillets that I normally use in the backcountry. This is one of the teeny tiny ones, and it fits actually kind of perfectly. So I'll show you guys this. So it basically just covers. This is the smallest skillet. It is like 6 inches across. It's tiny, maybe even 4 inches across. But if I want to make 2 eggs and like 2 strips of bacon or something in the morning, this is the one I use. Fits great. Kind of thought I would. Feels super stable. Here's the one that's very standard. It's the 10-inch kind of frying pan, and it fits pretty well. I'm going to reverse do this so you can see. how big the frying pan is compared to the stove. So obviously it's going to hang off the edges quite a bit, but that's one of the reasons I like cast iron, because it will heat or cook fairly evenly. And it's a little unsteady. I mean, this isn't something I'm going to want to be, that's something to think about. You know, as long as I don't bump into it, it's fairly fine. And I normally wouldn't be. I'll be holding onto the handle as I mix stuff or saute stuff or whatever. So that's good to know. So I guess I'll put this here. So then the last thing I wanted to do is I wanted to see if it worked with propane. So we will go ahead and try and do this. Like I said, I haven't read the instructions, so hopefully I'm doing this right. If I blow up my house or anything, my brand new house, you can see I have no furniture behind me because we just moved in. I'm going to turn this off all the way, get me a little propane canister. Let's hope it fits. I'm going to make sure there's no leaking. I'm supposed to take these off? I'm not supposed to take these off? There we go. I don't use propane, so I don't know. That's why. Like I said, I normally just use alcohol. Well, that doesn't work. Let's see if the extra adapter. I might have to read the instructions for this one. Yes, okay, so this is good to know. So if you buy this on Amazon, there are two separate options. There are just to get the hose, right, which is this, and to get the hose plus the little, as I get it out here, this little mini adapter. Let me show you guys. Okay, so this little mini adapter is absolutely needed to use your propane. I guess this hose just hooks onto an iso-butane over here. Okay, so I guess if I was worried about the stove stability because this was so tall, I could hook it over here. But that seems kind of stupid. I don't know who would actually do that. Maybe someone would. I don't know. So in order to use this, I guess you need both pieces. So if you want to use this with propane and you don't want to put it directly under the stove, you need to get the one with the hose plus adapter. I think it was like 25 bucks maybe. So I'm glad I bought that because I didn't know. Okay. I think it's getting screwed on. Get a little bit of it. There we go. Okay, so I have the hose on. I'm not gonna make sure it's crazy tight because I'm in, you know, keep the paper away from here just in case. All right, so I have my propane, adapter, hose, which is, I think it's like steel braided or whatever, and then the hose goes on the bottom. Okay, so let's see if it works. Turn this sucker around so you can see what I'm doing and make this so it's not coiled. The hose seems a pretty good length. I'm not sure of the length. I can measure it if you want me to. That's fine. Just drop me a comment in the comments box. And we'll see if it works. I didn't hear this make a noise, so I'm a little worried. Yeah, I don't hear any gas coming out. Okay, turn that off. I don't know if this worked. Nope. Okay. All right. Let's go to the instructions because it is not working right now. Flat connector, propane adapter. Yep. That all should be working. I have it hooked up correctly and it's not. And of course I bought two propane containers just in case, and it looks like I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them to work. Oh! Well, what the hell? So it just made a really loud noise. So I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try putting just the adapter on the bottom here. I'm really glad the isopropane worked well. That's good to know. So I guess, should I put this on? I don't know if you can hear it popping, but it's making noise like it wants to like gas out. I can't get it on. It keeps popping off because of the pressure. Smell it. It's hot. Ooh, that's still a little hot, so that's good to know. I'm gonna put it on here because you can do that. I'm gonna see if this works without the hose. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I just heard it. So that's interesting. So this works fine, but I hate this. I mean, this is like super, if I wanted to get a Coleman stove that did this, oh, I can smell the gas. If I wanted to get a Coleman stove that did this, I would buy the cheap Coleman stove that this was what it was. But that's why I bought the hose, because I wanted this to be on the bottom. But, let's see. All right, I got it on well enough. Here, gas. We have flame, turn it up. Okay, a little bit more power, I feel like, with the propane than the iso-butane. I mean, it's fall here, so it's like 68 degrees in my house, so I don't know if that makes a difference, but that's some powerful stuff. But good flame control still, which is good. So I'm really curious as to why this didn't work. So let me try something. I want to try it one more time. Let's try to hook this up backwards. So I hooked up the hose first, and then the propane tank. So I'm going to try and hook up the propane tank first, and then the hose. I'm wondering if it's this little piece here. Make sure I have enough leverage here. Yeah, see, I don't hear it. I'm really trying to screw that on there. I don't hear it do anything. Maybe I want to do this a little. Okay, it doesn't really want to thread correctly. I think that's as good as we're going to get. See if we hear gas. Nothing. Okay, so that's it. Basically, before I test here, that's what I want to make sure. So I can use this butane, or sorry, this propane if I put it on the bottom, but that's not why I bought the frickin' hose. That's not why I bought the adapter. I didn't want to do that. I don't know if just the adapter's broken, as in, sorry, the hose is broken, as in that needle right there isn't getting deep enough. I'm wondering if that's what it is, to touch the bottom of that. It's kind of hard to see. But I bought this from the same company, so this wouldn't happen, so I could use it. And propane is a lot easier in this area to get than iso-butane, because I'm way out in the middle of nowhere, Arizona. So let's do one more thing. It's already getting kind of long. Let me do one more thing, and I'm going to put this on here. Off. So I put that on there. Let's see. No gas. No light. So the hose is broken, or the adapter is not working, or whatever. Which is a bummer, because that's freaking why I bought it. The stove works great. I'm really happy with the stove. I'm happy with the size. I liked the iso-butane underneath it. I thought that was super slick, but the whole reason I bought it was for it to be dual purpose, and it's not really right now, which is kind of a bummer. So I guess that's my review on the boxing. I'm going to update. I guess I'll contact the company. I mean, if they're sending a bunch of people for gear to review on YouTube for free, they may be fairly open to suggestions or whatever, and I'll contact the company and I'll post a follow-up video if they do get back to me about this hose issue, because I could be doing something wrong too. I didn't read the instructions, but it seems fairly straightforward. So I don't have a lot of videos up. This will probably be my first one up, but I just moved to a new area. I just moved to Arizona, and I'm going to be doing a lot of hiking, a lot of overlanding. I do most of this solo, so I'm married, but I do a lot of it by myself or with my dog. So if you guys are looking for hiking videos or gear reviews of gear that I actually buy, I actually use, like this one I tried out, kind of bummed right now. Then make sure to like us, subscribe to my channel if you are looking for something. I don't want to do like a ton of gear reviews because there's already so many out there, but I use them too, right? I use them, like I saw only one other person had this actual stove reviews, not the big one. And it seemed pretty good, had a pretty good boil time, so it's like, hey man, that's cool. So that's why I bought it. Now it's good to know that at least my hose didn't work. So is it worth the extra $25 to get the adapter? Or could you just buy this adapter that you can get universally pretty much anywhere? That might be the way to go. So my dog is grumbling, so I am going to go ahead and sign off. If you guys have any questions, any comments, go ahead and drop them below. If you guys want to see boil times between the two different stoves, let me know. I'm happy to do that. And thank you.